Dr. Terry Dubrow talks Brandi Glanville's horrific face parasite claims. Brandi Glanville recently opened up about a change in her appearance. At the time, she shared her belief that she had been infected with a Moroccan parasite. Since the story came out, Dr. Terry Dubrow has also weighed in on the situation. Dr. Terry Dubrow has offered his surgical talents to a variety of reality shows. Dubrow is a plastic surgeon and a television personality. He appeared on The Swan and served as a co-host for shows like Botched by Nature, and Good Work. Dubrow also has some history with the Real Housewives franchise. He and his wife Heather have appeared on The Real Housewives of Orange County. Fellow Real Housewives alum, Brandi Glanville, recently shared what she believes recently caused her face to change. According to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star, she suspects she might have been infected by a parasite after a trip to Morocco. Dubrow recently talked with TMZ over the story. As he shared, "I saw one of her interviews and I've seen the picture of her, the one where she is swollen, the one where she is really deflated with the irregular skin." He continued, "Here's the thing, here's what Brandi really needs to focus on, and it's not her fault, it's her doctor's fault. Brandi needs a diagnosis." For his part, Dubrow doesn't believe parasites are to blame for Glanville's condition. As he noted, she has to figure out if there's a microorganism in there. He continued, "It's not going to be a parasite, it's not going to be something she ate, it's going to be from something that got into her bloodstream." The Botched star also offered his services if need be. Dubrow also emphasized the importance of getting help as soon as possible. As he put it, "She's like a ticking time bomb. Every minute that microorganism is allowed to stay in her skin and do potential damage, she could suffer worse for it. It could be more difficult to treat and she could form more scars and more nodules, so Brandi needs a diagnosis. She probably needs a surgical intervention to get a piece of tissue and figure out what's going on." However, should Glanville be unable to get the help she needs, Dubrow also offered his services. As he noted, "Brandi, if you can't get a diagnosis and you need help, the Botched doctors are here for you." Dr. Terry Dubrow, the famed plastic surgeon and reality TV personality, known for his no-nonsense approach to medical issues on Botched, has found himself tangled in a bizarre medical mystery. Recently, Brandi Glanville, former cast member of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, made waves with shocking claims that a horrific face parasite was behind her ongoing health woes. In an exclusive sit-down interview, Dr. Dubrow decided to weigh in on the matter, offering his expert perspective while cautiously addressing the drama that comes with Brandi's larger-than-life persona. A shocking revelation. It all started when Brandi took to social media to share a series of unsettling photos of her swollen face, along with cryptic captions that hinted at a mysterious medical crisis. "This isn't fillers gone wrong," she wrote, "it's something much worse. I've been battling this parasite for months, and it's taken over my life." The dramatic revelation was met with equal parts concern and skepticism. Fans flooded the comments section with theories ranging from botched cosmetic procedures to rare tropical diseases. Naturally, Brandi's claims caught the attention of Dr. Dubrow, who's no stranger to the unpredictable world of reality TV or complex medical cases. Dr. Dubrow's initial reaction. "When I first heard about Brandi's situation, my immediate reaction was sympathy," Dr. Dubrow admitted. "But as a surgeon and someone who's seen just about everything in the medical field, I also had a lot of questions. Parasites in the face are extraordinarily rare, especially in the US, so it's important to approach claims like these with a healthy dose of skepticism and science." Dr. Dubrow's curiosity was piqued. Was Brandi's condition the result of an unusual infection, or could it be linked to her history of cosmetic enhancements? As someone who has worked on some of the most extreme cases in plastic surgery, he felt uniquely qualified to unpack the mystery, the science behind the claims. "Facial swelling can happen for a variety of reasons," Dr. Dubrow explained. "But for a parasite to embed itself in the face, there are usually specific conditions that need to be met. For instance, you typically see this kind of issue in areas where parasitic infections are endemic, like certain parts of South America, Asia, or Africa. It's almost unheard of for someone living in Los Angeles to contract something like this unless they've recently traveled to an affected region." Brandi, however, insists she hasn't left the country in years. She's adamant that the parasite must have entered her system through contaminated water or food, a claim Dr. Dubrow finds both plausible and problematic. While it's true that certain parasites can be ingested and later manifest in the body, the face is an unusual place for them to surface, he noted. Most parasites tend to reside in the gastrointestinal tract or other organs. For one to migrate to the facial tissues would be an anomaly. A reality TV storm. As the story gained traction, Brandi's claims became fodder for both fans and critics. Some accused her of exaggerating her condition for attention, while others rallied behind her, demanding she be taken seriously. Let's not forget that Brandi is someone who lives in the public eye, Dr. Dubrow said cautiously. When you're a reality star, everything you do is amplified, and there's always pressure to stay relevant. That being said, I don't think we should dismiss her pain or her experience. If she's genuinely suffering, then she deserves compassion and proper medical care. Dr. Dubrow also acknowledged the role social media plays in modern medical narratives. It's a double-edged sword, he explained. On one hand, platforms like Instagram and Twitter allow people to share their stories and seek support. On the other hand, they can also spread misinformation or create unnecessary panic. That's why it's so important to have medical professionals involved in these conversations. Debunking myths. In the interview, Dr. Dubrow took the opportunity to address some of the most common misconceptions surrounding Brandi's claims. First and foremost, this isn't about fillers, he said firmly. While overuse of fillers can cause swelling and complications, it wouldn't present in the way Brandi is describing. If there's a parasite involved, it's a completely separate issue. He also tackled the notion that cosmetic surgeries could have somehow attracted the parasite. There's no scientific basis for that theory, he clarified. Surgical procedures don't make someone more susceptible to parasites. What's more likely is that Brandi came into contact with a contaminated source, if her claims are accurate. What's next for Brandi? Dr. Dubrow emphasized the importance of a thorough medical investigation. If Brandi were my patient, I'd start with comprehensive blood work and imaging to rule out other potential causes, he said. It's crucial to identify whether we're dealing with an infection, an allergic reaction, or something else entirely. He also suggested that Brandi consult an infectious disease specialist. Parasites require very specific diagnostic tools and treatments, he explained. If there is a parasite, it's imperative to determine its type and origin to ensure effective treatment. Brandi's response. When asked about Dr. Dubrow's comments, Brandi appeared both grateful and defiant. In a brief statement, she said, "I appreciate Dr. Dubrow's concern, but this is my body, and I know when something isn't right. I'm not making this up. I'm just trying to find answers, and I won't stop until I do." She also hinted that she's been documenting her journey for a potential new project, sparking rumors that her medical ordeal might become the focus of a reality TV special or documentary. "If sharing my story helps even one person, then it'll all be worth it," she said. Dr. Dubrow's final thoughts. Despite the sensational nature of the claims, Dr. Dubrow ended the interview on a compassionate note. "At the end of the day, my goal as a doctor is to help people," he said. Whether Brandi's condition is as rare as she believes or something more common, what matters is that she gets the care she needs. Hopefully this will also serve as a reminder to everyone to seek credible medical advice and avoid jumping to conclusions based on internet speculation. As the saga unfolds, one thing is certain: Brandi Glanville's face parasite claims have sparked a conversation that goes far beyond reality TV drama, touching on issues of medical advocacy, misinformation, and the intersection of health,